Hi, my name is Fern. I am a London-based yoga teacher, and today I'm going to share with you a short flow that you can do at your desk during your working day whenever you feel like your body's getting a bit tight or you feel like you just need a bit of a break from your computer. Now, before I started teaching yoga full-time, I was a journalist, and I was often at my desk for 10 to 12 hours a day with quite tight deadlines, quite stressful environment. So I know all too well the impact that a desk-based lifestyle can have on the body. Sore neck, sore shoulders, tight lower back, tight hips. So today we're going to work through some poses that will bring a bit of space and fluidity back into those parts of the body. And we'll also incorporate a few breathing and mindfulness techniques so that you can hopefully go back into your day feeling a bit more refreshed, motivated and focused. So let's begin. So we'll start in a seated position. Obviously, we're at a desk. and the whole point of this flow is that you can do it at your desk. So sit tall. And then all you're going to do is simply draw the chin down towards the chest. Inhale, draw your chin along your collarbone over to your right shoulder. Exhale, chin goes along the collarbone over to the left shoulder. Inhale, chin comes along collarbone over to right shoulder. Exhale, chin goes along the collarbone over to the left. And we'll take a few more simple neck rolls to release the back of the neck, the cervical spine, moving with the breath. And if it feels like the neck is quite open, then maybe beginning to take the circles all the way around. Again, leading with the breath, inhaling to come up and over, exhaling down, and then changing direction. And then inhale, come back to center. Bring the left hand to the right cheek, and then draw the left ear towards the left shoulder. Keep the right hand on the right thigh, and relax the right shoulder away from the right ear. So breathing space into the side part of the neck. Inhale, come back through center, switching sides, left hand, left thigh, right hand, right, left cheek, and then draw the right ear towards the right shoulder. So again, we're bringing space into the side of the neck. And if you feel like one side is a bit tighter than the other, which is probably the case with most of us, then feel free to take a few extra breaths there. My left side is always tighter than my right. So I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, come back through center. From here, extend the arms out in front of you, and then reach the arms up and overhead, and draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. And press the palms up towards the ceiling. So it's like the shoulders and the palms are moving in 2 opposite directions. And notice if the chest wants to puff out, and see if you can keep the spine neutral. Exhale, release. Change the hands, interlace the fingers, moving them along one way. And then press the palms away from you. Inhale, lift up towards the ceiling. And then relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Again, notice if the chest wants to puff out, and see if you can draw the ribs back in. Lovely. Exhale, release. This time, clasp the hands. And then just make a few little figures of 8 or some circles, just gently warming up the wrists. And especially if you're using a mouse all day, if you're using a keyboard, the wrists are going to get quite tight. So it's nice to just release them a little bit. Nice, and then we'll let that go. Clasp the hands behind you. I'll shuffle forward a bit so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to draw the hands down and away from the crown of the head. So you're lengthening the back of the neck, opening the shoulders, draw the upper arms towards one another, but keep the elbows soft. And again, notice that my chest wants to puff out. See if you can draw the lower 2 ribs in, so you're keeping the abdominals engaged. Take a couple of breaths here. Exhale, release. And then from here, I'm going to turn this way so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to we're going to open into the wrists a bit more. So you're going to take the hands into reverse namaste, like so, and draw the elbows towards the back of the room and the chest forwards. Now, if reverse namaste isn't available, take hold of opposite elbows and you'll still get the same chest opening benefits. So again, taking a couple of breaths here, opening into the wrists. Keep drawing the lower two ribs in. And then release. Give the hands a shake. You'll probably feel that in the outside edge of the wrist, which is totally normal. And then just give the arms a good shake. Release any tension. And then bring the hands back to the thighs. You might need to shuffle forward in your seat slightly, just so you have room in the spine. And we're going to do a couple of rounds of seated cat-cow, where we arch and then contract the spine. So inhale, you bring the hands back, chest goes forward, sit bones go back, so the spine is like an S shape. And then on the exhale, hands slide towards the knees, curl into the upper back, and the abdominals hollow, so the spine is like a C shape. So we'll take a few more rounds of breath. Awakening the spine. And bringing a bit of fluidity back into the body. Moving with the breath. Inhale, come back to find that tall seat, and then we're going to do seated pigeon, and this is a lovely posture to get into the hips and glutes. It's one of my favourites actually, and quite often tight hips can lead to back pain, so especially if you've got tightness around the back, this is a really nice posture to do to release tension in that area. So what you're going to do is you're going to cross, a bit of sun there, cross the left ankle over the right knee, and then bring the hands to the shin, and lift the chest, so we're trying to find length through the spine, tailbone and sit bones go back, navel draws to spine, and then slowly begin to fold forwards, come to a point where you feel comfortable. Now again, my left side is always a lot tighter than my right, so there might be a point where you feel like you can't go any further, and it's really important to listen to your body, don't force anything, move with the breath, and let the breath ease you into the posture. And maybe you can rest the torso on the thigh. Maybe the hands come to the floor. And you're going to stay wherever you are for 5 breaths. Maybe even closing the eyes. Letting the hips slowly melt open. And if you have time to hold this for a bit longer, please do, because it can take up to 2 minutes for a muscle to begin to release. It can take up to 2 minutes for a muscle to begin to release. So if you do have time to hold the stretch for a bit longer, please do. Inhale, softly come back up. Change the cross of the legs, so the right ankle comes over the left knee, and then you're going to again lead with the chest, so lift the chest forwards, crown of the head goes forwards, tailbone goes back, and just come to the point where you feel comfortable. So maybe you stay here, maybe this is enough of a stretch, especially if you do a lot of exercise, and the hips and glutes are going to be tight. Maybe start reaching forward a bit more. And for some reason this hip is really tight today, and I don't know why. I'm going to work with it, and it's important to learn to listen to what the body's telling you. And every day the body is going to feel different. So don't always go to your mat with the assumption that you're going to be able to do exactly the same thing. Work with what is presenting itself to you on the mat. On the chair. We're on a chair. And then it's maybe coming forward. And then maybe just letting the head hang heavy. Taking 3 more deep breaths, breathing into that right hip. And using the exhale to encourage a sense of softening. Inhale, slowly walk the hands back. Take your time, so not to jar through the low back. And then bring the feet back. And then we'll close the practice with a simple guided breath, mindfulness technique, which, again, anytime you feel stressed, especially if you have tight deadlines or your boss is getting to you, or if you are the boss and you've got pressures from above, just take a few moments to do this deep breath. It's called 2-1 breath, so the exhalation is longer than the inhalation, and by focusing on slowing and lengthening the exhalation, the inhalation naturally deepens, and if you do it for a minute or two, or maybe even longer, then the muscles gradually begin to relax and you slowly calm down. So especially if you're someone who maybe suffers from anxiety or has a tendency to get stressed at work, or just in life in general, I know I definitely get anxious, then slowing the breath down and taking a minute or two to focus on it, be present, is so beneficial. So we're going to close with that and keep it going for as long as you can. And remember, you don't need to do these exercises all in one go. You can just intersperse your day with a few little stretches and really make the moves work for you. Okay, so enjoy. Thank you for watching. So inhaling for a count of 1. Exhaling for a count of 2. Inhaling for a count of 2. Exhaling for a count of 4. Inhaling for a count of 4. Exhaling for a count of 6. Inhaling for a count of 4. Exhaling for a count of 6. Maybe bringing your hand to the belly. Maybe bringing your hand to the chest. So you can really feel the breath coming in. And keep this breath going for as long as you have time for.